with you. This is involving Jennifer Gonzalez. Okay. I don't know how to be as succinct, but I'll try to be as succinct as I can. The court may recall that she has a PCS that's arising in the same incident that was over there. James Mount and Melissa over the Rick Court and I, we had a powwow yesterday for about 35, 45 minutes to try to decide what happened here. And I'm trying to short circuit things. At the end of it all, we come out this morning. They're going to dismiss the PCS as long as she pleads here. They're allowing her to plead to a time served over here.
Not on the second. Sorry.
If you
Not on the second.
That's
No. If she wants a PTI or if she wants a probation, okay. I think 30 is what we typically do on a second, but not time served.
now the first one was some time ago, Judge. Like
I understand.
years ago.
I get it. But,
So.
and she had
Notice how the judge isn't buying excuses about past violations. This is a classic courtroom reminder. Even if you've got a good reason, the record follows you. What do you think? Should past mistakes always weigh this heavily?
violations while she's on, right?
Well, there weren't violations that couldn't be excused or explained because what happens is she takes Adderall. And so that's what I think the issue was.
No, I'm sorry. Not on a second. And it's not just you. It's just, I have before, and people have ran, like literally the week after, they wrapped their car on the pole.
So
And
if I can, and it may or may not impact your decision, you know, she does not have a license, does not drive. Okay, she has that scooter that she's on that we talked about that's under 8 horsepower, whatever it is.
is it one of those Costco scooters that you cannot take on the street?
Yes, you can't really get on the street with it, Judge. It's not one of those, and she has a license and has not had one. Okay. Now, I know there's going to be an imposition of a suspension of any license that she may have. I know that will be coming at her. The big issue with the probation, because that's one of the things that we first had talked about, she has to take care, and she's the sole provider for an elderly father. She doesn't drive, is unable to drive him back and forth and everything, but he depends like 100% on her. Now, my concern with the probation, and it was the thing that we kind of tossed about yesterday, is if she's forced to be in a position of making a decision of doing something for her dad versus appear for a urine test or appear for an office visit or something like that, she's going to defer and say, I'm going to take care of my dad. My dad's life means more than me reporting.
Probation will never interfere with anything that someone has to do for work, caring for another person. They will always work around. So if she gets called in for a drug test, all she has to do is say, hey, I can't come. You know, I can come tomorrow. They're not going to give you grace of a week, perhaps a couple hours down the road, but they're never going to leave you high and dry to where they're going to do anything like that. I can allow, if she does well after the first couple months, I can allow virtual reporting as well, so that she can report via Zoom. You know, if she's doing well, she will still have to, you know, I mean, she's going to have a guardian interlock, right? Because that's what we do on all probations, especially on the second. So
she doesn't have a vehicle, doesn't drive, doesn't have a license.
She'll have a portable.
There's a monitor on her. Can I have her come forward?
Sure.
Come forward, since I was, you don't mind.
she's got a monitor ankle and I'm paying for it now, right?
And it is killing her leg.
We'll take that off. We'll give her a portable device.
That has to be modified because it doesn't look good at all.
Her looks is the least of my concern.
It's painful, Judge. You know what I'm saying? It's painful.
Hello, Judge.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
What we had discussed, Judge, just so in the interest of full disclosure analysis, we're talking, Marissa had agreed to have a plea to the DWI probation with the terms, including the treatment that's to be recommended by the TRALs and all this type of stuff, which we had agreed that would be one of the ways to resolve it. And that would still have them dismiss the PCS. But once we talked about the idea of setting her up for failure, if you would, I wasn't comfortable that she would be able or this court might even be able to accommodate issues that would arise because she couldn't either get to her meeting or
We
get
can
to
always
the
accommodate.
testing.
Always. There's never a way that we can't. Never doesn't work in our vocabulary. And the thing that I want you to understand is that I don't, you now, once you plead, if you plead to this, it's going to go on your record. It is now a second offense. And the last thing we want is for you to graduate to felony status to where you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Right?
Yes, sir.
And I need, and I want to make sure that you understand that there are consequences to behavior. You need to understand that if you ever get in a car, you smell like alcohol, you smell like dope, they're not going to care whether you're spilling, fall down ass drunk, where you've urinated yourself, whether you're vomit. It doesn't take that for them to file a felony charge on you. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, the faintest droopy eyelids, the faintest sway in the wrong way, they're going to charge you. The felony DWI, and now you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. I, at all costs, want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And in my experience, what I've seen, when people have too easy, right, it never works out well. And I don't think that a time served on a DWI second is appropriate. I understand that you may take care of other people. I understand that you may have life issues. Actions have consequences.
Absolutely.
You not only have this DWI second, but you also have a felony possession of a controlled substance. He's worked a tremendous deal where they're going to dismiss the felony case. I'm going to tell you now, anytime you can avoid a felony, you're winning. Anytime, it doesn't matter. Because once you get that felony conviction, I cannot tell you how many doors that closes. And not only just from potential work, but I'm talking issues with the state, being able to get state resources, funding for things like food stamps, perhaps lose the right to vote. Just, it really closes a lot of doors. And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen, So,
Judge.
we usually, now this is a second, you by law must do 5 days in jail as a condition to probation, right? I don't know if you guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to waive that and plead it down to a first, thereby waiving the jail time, but there's mandatory 5 days in jail as a result of this. That's what you need to understand, which is the other consequence of this. Now, if they're willing to do that, I'm certainly okay with that, but time served. And the probation, if you do well in the beginning and you show us that we can trust you, we will allow you to do virtual reporting through Zoom. But we have to know that you're going to do well. There are not going to be any issues. And most importantly, you're not going to use.
Absolutely.
Because that's what matters.
Yes, sir.
All we're trying to do here is make sure that you don't take a life on the road, so that you have enough of a crappy experience here that 15 years down the road, when you're placed in a position where you're intoxicated out there, man, should I get this car? I had such a miserable time in court with that Judge Fleischer. God, I never want that experience again. That's the idea.
Yes,
because
sir.
I want you to remember me 20 years from now when you're in a position of vulnerability where you make the right decision.
Absolutely. Yes.
And
sir.
hopefully with the probation, we get you understand.
Absolutely, sir. I agree. It's fine.
Now, you have a probation officer, right? Your probation officer is always willing to work with you. If they call you in for a drug test and you're in some kind of situation where you can't, you let them know. We will give you the line to Shatoria here. She's absolutely an angel, is always willing to help you out. We can give you a direct access to her. Or if you have a problem, call us, call me, call her, and we will work something out.
Sure.
But there's never a way that we can't work something out. There's always a way. There's always a way. Always.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute or two to
no
talk with
rush.
Mike, Judge.
No rush. And I mean, your case, Mr. Knowles, it's only what, like 140 days, right?
We'll have it over with today, Judge.
Or you don't have to.
But I think we're at that point. So I think just a little conversation, I think we should be able to get.
Okay. For sure.
And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Other things will interfere.
It can, Judge, but I mean, the SCRAM device itself has an environmental tampering test. Like it will, the SCRAM device itself does a test internally to see if there are environmental factors that are affecting the SCRAM device. If there is an environmental factor that has affected it, as in he's a painter and there's some sort of paint that's got alcohol in it and it detects that, it will notice that it's not from sweat, and it will not accept that as a TAC reading. In this case, it's not what it shows. There's a confirmed tamper event for about 12 hours, and there is a confirmed TAC reading, but they can't actually confirm it because something was either stuck in the leg or it was removed entirely. So to me, this is a clear tamper, and it meets the range for a tamper. It wouldn't even show that it's a tamper if it didn't meet the criteria range that SCRAM identifies.
Ricardo, he's saying it's a 12-hour tamper that could be. So are you telling me that it could not read his leg for 12 hours?
So it was reading and it read at that spike, and they won't state the actual level due to.
Well, I understand that.
But the duration of the tamper was stated as 12 hours and I believe some odd minutes. So it wasn't able to either get a reading or get an accurate reading during that entire duration.
Did he have something in his leg? Like, I mean, a piece of paper in between his ankle and the device.
I mean, he very well could have, but there's no way of knowing, of course.
But the time is the biggest concern, Judge. If it's like, oh, it shifted on the leg and it couldn't detect sweat for a little bit, that's not a tamper. This is a 12-hour thing. It's clear that he's doing something to tamper with the device.
Ricardo, what say you?
Judge, I would ask how Michael knows the information that he is stating. How does he know what a tamper is considered? Has he been even trained by the Sentinel people? Why is he making these representations as fact? I would ask.
I'll tell you, Ricardo, I've done around 12, 11B hearings, all of them successful, where I had Ronald Grant come testify about what the SCRAM results are, how they are, what they do to get to the results. So I've done multiple hearings regarding SCRAM devices, Ricardo.
Thank you, Michael. And that's what I'm asking for, Judge. I would ask for a hearing to have somebody come and testify. That's all I'm asking for. Not have Michael testify.
Why isn't he here, Ricardo?
Judge, I got notice of this yesterday when I saw the email in the afternoon. I tried to move this to next week. After I was told it wasn't going to be moved, I made contact with him and let him know what's going on. I don't want to say why he's not there today. I'm in a position where I need to make representations to the court, and so I'll just leave it at I let him know that there's a court setting today, and the issue is notice. I mean, I let him know like at 5 in the afternoon yesterday, Judge. I mean, we got notice of this yesterday, and he's expected to show up today during the holidays.
Have the person come on Monday to testify? The SCRAM?
Yeah, I can reach out to one of the case managers.
Do we have to subpoena them, don't we?
Yeah, it'd be Ronald Grant, Judge. He's the one that comes and testifies. And
Do you mind subpoenaing him? Can you?
to come on
Monday.
Monday, I don't know if he would respond to it, Judge. I have a personal relationship with him. He might, but I mean, it's right after the holiday, so I don't know if he would on such short notice.
Can you reach out to someone to come on Monday so we can figure out, is it a true tamper? What's he doing to the device?
Yes, Judge, let me have John see how to go about that.
Well, and
That's something
I will
that-
say, Judge, there's no way, like Ronald won't be able to tell you. The most he'll be able to tell you is it meets the criteria in the SRAM report for what a tamper is. And that's all he's gonna be able to tell you, and you're going to have to decide yourself whether you believe that the defendant tampered with the device or not.
Ricardo, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. He's got to bring his ass here on Monday morning, 8:30 in the morning. And if he fails to appear Monday morning, I will 100% revoke his bond. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Judge, if I may, Judge, my understanding is we could easily do a hair follicle test to see if alcohol is going to pop up. I don't know what kind of services pretrial services provides.
We don't
But-
offer a hair follicle test on our end at least.
They don't do hair follicle tests here.
Well, Judge, the only thing I can say about this, thank you for having a hearing on this. This isn't the first time you've heard of the problems with the SRAM device. And so all I'm asking for is before you do anything on it is let's have a hearing and let's
Yeah.
figure out what happened.
Ricardo, I will tell you, it would probably behoove him to do whatever he can proactively to show, but him coming up here and telling me that he's just, I don't know. I get a lot of people that try to sell,
Well, it's two things, Judge. Sometimes it's people that, are drinking, but sometimes it's the device messing up, and I'm just trying to figure it out.
The problem is it's our second DVR. We're on number 2 now,
Right.
So we'll set it for Monday. He has to defend it, he has to be here. I'm setting it for bond forfeiture. If he fails to appear, there's no excuse.
Okay, I'll let him know, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks.
Judge, real quick.
Sure.
Hey, so are we going to be ready for a hearing on Monday, or it's just he shows
Ready.
up on Monday?
Be ready. No, be ready.
Okay, perfect.
You
Sounds
want a
good.
hearing? I'm giving you a hearing on Monday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You asked for it, you're getting it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready? Okay, let's do it.
Instead of the guarding in lock, they're gonna, instead of the guarding lock, they're gonna do a
Portable
portable
device,
device.
no
So
problem. Yes, that's fine.
Thank
Ms. Gonzalez, I want you to understand one thing, that it's not you, it's not your lawyer. He's done a great job and has zealously advocated on your behalf. But on a second DWI, we have proverbial slaps on the wrist for DWI first, right?
And there it is, the hammer drops. No more easy breaks, no more shortcuts. Judges often balance compassion with accountability, but here he's drawing a line in the sand. Do you agree with the tough love approach, or should rehabilitation outweigh punishment?
Get it. People make mistakes. It happens. We all make mistakes in life, right? But you can't continue to make the same mistake and expect the same result and reward, right? Because the proverbial slap on the wrist, the so-called time served, right, is exactly what it is, because you're supposed to do jail time on a DWI, right? And when you're walking out of here, and there's no jail time, it's basically, it's kind of like a reward, right?
Absolutely.
But you can't continue to pick up DWIs and expect rewards. We don't work like that. We don't operate like that. And we want you to learn. And believe it or not, I really care for you. And I want to see you succeed. I want to see you do well. But no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. There now is a lot of baggage that you're going to have on your back following today and for the rest of your life. After today, you're going to have these 2 DWIs on your record. Like I've been harping on you over and over, you get into a car, the slightest smell of whatever it is, they're probably going to take you down and charge you with a felony. And if you thought this was expensive, if you thought this was bad, wait till you get upstairs. There are judges up there that just watch out.
Yes.
Now, you guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 16 months. As part of the conditions, you will do thinking for a change. You will do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need.
She's completed.
And I recommended even for
Change.
Okay, well, okay. I'm surprised that no outpatient, no, not necessarily residential, but no outpatient treatment at a minimum. You know, typically in these cases, when we see these, they usually order, you know, intensive outpatient treatment or supportive outpatient treatment, which is kind of like a like AA-ish type issue. So regardless, if that's what they think, then that's what they think. I'm going to follow it. So that's what you must do. No breath test refusal. So if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of the probation. 30 hours of community service and a guardian interlock. Do you have children, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that you would probably be better served to do a instead of the dumbass community service, to do it like a parenting class, because I think that has more value than just working on the street. Now, like I said, all we want you to do is learn from this. You know, take these classes, take it to heart so that you don't ever come back.
Yes, sir.
If you do well after some time, I will allow you to report via Zoom. Okay.
Yes,
You
sir.
got to also understand that when you're doing these probations, these probation officers have your life in their hands, right? If you are nice to them, crack a joke with them. If you're their first appointment in the morning, you're probably going to get someone on their good side. If you go in there at 4 p.m, you've got a bunch of excuses, right? They're probably not going to be happy. They're going to be irritated. They're going to want to go home. Don't expect any good thing. In life, that's how it goes. If you're nice, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with a probation officer.
Gotcha.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this.
Yes,
If
sir.
you violate this probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. We're going to put you in jail, bring you back out, talk about if you violate your probation. If you do, you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Absolutely.
How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Is there an accident in this case, Michael?
No, Judge.
Okay. I have to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for a year. Do you have a license now?
No, sir.
Okay. I think that that's probably what we should also do, is try to get her license. You know, have you ever had a license?
I did have a license. It got suspended with the first DWI. And back then they had a bunch of like extra fees. It was the
Surcharges.
yeah, so I wasn't able to get it back because it was so high. Then they canceled all that out. I had just finished paying off everything to reinstate my license 2 weeks maybe prior to this happening here.
Michael, do you mind running her license?
Yes, Judge.
Did you handle the ALR hearing by chance?
I did not. There was
Okay,
nothing to handle.
On a subsequent, it's usually a 2-year license suspension when it comes with regards to the ALR. So it may very well that you may have a 2-year license suspension.
I do see that she's not eligible, Judge.
ALR,
Yes.
2-year. I mean, it
says-
depends what happened with the first ALR too.
Well, it actually says that she was suspended because due to no insurance. It says surcharge due, no insurance.
You know when that was, sir?
Did you get a ticket for no insurance?
No, sir. I haven't gotten pulled over. This was the first time in many years.
Let's make sure.
I just know that it began September 15th of 2024, the suspension. And the end date, I think this is like in perpetuity until she gets something fixed.
Here, Lonnie, do you mind giving me that piece of paper? This is the driver's license division. The number, will you make sure it's 2600? I don't know if she can read that. I kind of wrote it
It's
funky.
2,600.
It's 2600. That's the number to the driver's license division for DPS. Call them and then they can tell you what you need to do to get your license. But you need to get your license.
Okay, yes, sir.
Just, you gotta get it.
I'm allowed to go get it if I can.
Yeah, of course. But
Thank you, sir.
before you just go do anything, call them first. And when you call them at 7 a.m. Don't call at 8, don't call at 9, don't call at 1, because you'll never get through. As soon as the phone line's open at 7, that's when you call.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
Judge, there was a couple of things they were asking for the guardian interlocks. She does not drive or anything like that. And she has the monitor on now that's uncomfortable. Can we give her the portable device for now?
So, no. I want to switch it from the Scram to the portable. So, but first get the portable, then we'll take off the Scram. So we want to make sure that you're not using, and the best way, first get that one. As soon as you do that, we'll take the other one off. But we want to make sure that you have that one on first. So yeah, one of the conditions on this probation is that you maintain a guardian interlock. Now, because you're not driving, understand that you're going to be signing an affidavit today, promising me you're not going to drive.
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what's good. If there's a burning building, it doesn't matter. Just don't drive.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
The other thing, Judge, and this is by way of refreshing the court's recollection, and there's been no alcohol that was found either in the results from the lab, and there's never been any alcohol associated with this particular DWI. This is one that was based upon
Sure.
some drugs, not even a synergistic type of a matter. It's simply they were drugs. So just so the court will be aware, there was zero alcohol system as a result of this.
Okay. Remember, DWI is not just alcohol. If you take too much NyQuil, what happens?
Yes, sir.
Right. Anything where it affects the normal use of your mental and or physical faculties.
Absolutely.
Right.
Your Honor.
Well, I think that's it.
That's it. And just so you know, and I know how serious you take these matters, and I don't want to belabor it, but the idea is that we had already put in place, do you have Brittany's card with you?
It's in my folder.
Okay. So we had already dealt with the writ court people. There's a program director, Brittany, I can't remember her name now.
Would you like me to grab it?
No, that's okay. We have a card and everything. So treatment was gonna already be a part of
Great.
this agreement, independent of a formal writing, but I think this is the best thing to do in this circumstance.
When is the last time she's been tested? Have you done a test late?
I can check it.
Yeah, we need that too. Now, Mr. Knowles, we have one more thing. The surcharge.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna ask that be waived. There's no way that she can afford those things at all. If I need to prove it up, you need to prove up on it, or?
What do you do for a living?
Take care of my father at home.
Do you get paid by the state for doing that?
No, sir. Because I live with him. I don't know that's what they told me.
How do you get money? How do you survive?
I mean, he gives me whatever I can, and he gets money from Social Security retirement.
What does he get?
2,600 a month, something like that.
So you guys share that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Knowles, I'll waive the DPS surcharge.
Judge, the last
Thank you,
test was
sir.
on September 19th.
Negative?
I believe what it tested positive for was a prescription that she currently possesses.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just stay clean. That's all we're asking. Okay, all right,
Waiving supervision, please, sir?
sure. It's not about the money. It's never about the money.
I know, sir.
Just doing what you say you're gonna do
Absolutely.
in the time that you're supposed to do it. All right, guys,
Yes, Your Honor.
good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. Mike, thank
You
you.
have a great
Bless Ms.
Thanksgiving.
Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir.